Good morning, good morning. Welcome to another New York session here today, 26th January. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's see here. The gulag is coming in very nicely. The YouTube chat is populating. We're seeing pound yen pumping back up towards, 142. Pretty soon we're going to take a look at how price moved during night and during the Asian and London session, because it seems like we had pretty big moves pre-London and are moving into New York session. So these big moves mean that we have clean ranges to play into, so that's what we're going to look at right now. Let's take a look over here first. What's going on over here? Ooh, charts are coming in first thing in the morning, so we're going to take a look at these charts later on here. Let's see here. Let's do our first analysis here. So let's remove everything. So first of all, we're going to look at the daily time frame, and we're going to see what's happening on the daily time frame at this point. So we're basically back in the range over here. We came down towards the support 141, 290. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, we basically rejected that area. So this 4-hour candle seems like it's doing a huge rejection below 141, 600. If it's doing a huge rejection, then there's a probability it can break up above 142 and continue on towards 142, 200. So that's what we're going to look at right now. So let's take a look at the 1-hour time frame. So looking at the 1 hour, what I'm seeing is that there's a resistance over here. And this resistance was held in the Asian session right over here around 141, 920. So this is the area that we need to break, right? So let's say we break above this area. Let's look at the 30-minute time frame now. So if we break above this area, our next area of resistance is at 142, 020, 142, 010. So if you measure this range, it's like a 9-pip range, right? So I don't think this is going to be a good area to take a trade in, like, above 140, above 141, 920. I think a better area to look for a trade would be above 142 once we come into this area over here, because the reason is, if you look at this area, this is a consolidation area, plus this is a small range, right? It's a very, very small range. This, however, is a bigger range than the bottom one, so this is going to be a better area to trade in. So that's something I'm going to be looking for, and to visually kind of like help me with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line right over here. So anything above the yellow line would mean that I can take a safe trade above 142, because we have a 16, 17 pip range for price to continue into. So that's something I'm going to be looking for. Now let's see if we can look for some sort of selling opportunities if, let's say, we start rejecting up over here. So let's do this here now. So if we start rejecting up there, looking at the 30-minute time frame and looking at the 15-minute time frame, the only thing I can see right now is that we broke above this previous resistance, right? And we came up to make a high up over here. And if I measure this range, this is like an 11 pip range. So there's no trade over here. I mean, there's no trade over here. So what I want to see is I want to see price come down, create support, break up and continue up in this range, and then eventually take a trade above 142. Because that's going to be a cleaner range to take a trade in. Or we're going to see if a support is formed during, let's say, New York Open or closer to New York Open. We know there's going to be volume, and we may be able to take a buy position down here at support if a support is formed, right? And so right now, so far, we're just waiting at this point. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a buy as we broke above. Target zone over here, close 50%. Oh, nice, very nice. So you have the trade already marked up. Nice, man, played out perfectly up over there. Got in a buy with magic keys at 141, 790. Got my 10 pips and watch how it goes. Oh, 790. Looks like a lot of people took these buys over here as price continued to go up. I think it also made sense because just like how we mentioned yesterday during the recap of the New York session, is that when a candle is closing above the zone with no wick on the top, sometimes, we say there's a 50-50 chance that price are going to go your way, but I guess here, those chances increase a little bit because, we're closing above on the 15-minute, 30-minute went straight bullish, so, that was still a pretty good trade. Let's see here. All right. Okay, so that's pound yen. I'm basically going to wait for pound yen to continue above 142 to take a buy, and what I'm going to do is waiting for 142 to break up. This is what I'm going to be waiting for here today. Wait for 142 to break and then take a trade going above. Someone's in from 141.700. Very nice. Let's take a look at gold over here. All right. Let's remove all analysis here on gold. Let's go towards the daily time frame. And looking at gold, that daily candle hasn't really moved at all. We just wicked up and down. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, what we can see is that we're creating a support. No, actually, we're creating a resistance at 1858, 1859. We're possibly rejecting down at the bottom. We gotta identify where that rejection is on the smaller time frames. So let's take a look on the 1-hour time frame here. So 1 hour is coming back in the range. So first thing I see on the 1 hour time frame is that we're creating a support right over here, 1849, right? This is our support, and if I extend it to the left hand side, it kind of like matches up with these rejection zones here as well. Let's look at the 30-minute time frame here. Yeah, I think gold is just ranging over here now. I mean, we made a low, we're coming up. The best idea for gold is going to be now. One thing we got to keep in mind is that we have interest rates tomorrow, right? And we don't know whether they're going to increase the rates tomorrow or not, but like their whole bias is to increase the rates. I mean, like, soon, if not this time, maybe next time. So the price action on gold is basically saying that we created a low at 1848. Right? We created a low at 1848. Price is coming up. It's coming up into this rejection sort of area over here. And if we start rejecting this area, there's a high probability for price to come down to retest this low. And if we break this low, man, we have all this range for gold to continue into. First, we have this wick fill, and then we have all the way down over here, at least at 1844, 1843. So you can start looking at those areas to get filled in, right? See these clean candles here to the left hand side? It'll make sense if gold starts turning to fill, to retest this low again. And if you measure this range, this is like a 46, 47 pip range here. Not bad at all. So we'll see what happens. So far, pound yen is rejecting that area, so we're going to wait to see here. Let's take a look at Forex Factory here for a little bit. What do you think about EJ? EJ. Yeah, we're going to take a look at EJ there too. So we got basically nothing happening here so far. We got 10 a.m. news, and then that's it. We have news for GBP. No, that's in the evening. I wonder what they're doing staying up in the middle of the night. They're pound. Because that's in the middle of the night. Alright, let's take a look at EJ over here. Euro JPY. Alright, so it looks like Euro JPY is still in this range over here. This is the range we kind of like drew in the Asian session, before the Asian session, when we sent the charts. And we're still in this range. And looks like we're creating this resistance right over here. If we can bring these areas down, this is where we're creating resistance, and we're basically ranging. And this is the range between 126 and 125, 860, 850. Yeah, it's like a 14 pip range over here. Is 10 pips on pound yen the same as 10 pips on another pair like AUD CAD? Because the range AUD CAD looks more 10 pips. Could you please explain? I don't understand that question. Let me read that question again. Is 10 pips on pound yen the same? This recording is copyrighted 2004 by Recorded Books. Oh, some book. On another pair like AUD CAD, because range on AUD CAD looks big, but it's only 7 pips. Oh yeah. Yeah, if it's 7 pips, it's 7 pips. You can't do anything in it. It has to be around 10, 11 pips. Sorry, 15 to 20 pips. So, like, if the range is small, then range is small. You can't do anything at that. But the pip value is different. Let's say if you're looking at pound yen, the pip value on pound yen is going to be different than the pip value on gold or pip value on USD JPY. So those things kind of like differ at that point. Gold. The reason why buys, they're not so clean on gold is because, take a look at this. You got a resistance right over here for gold. And then if you break above this area, you have a clean candle going up. It's like 23 pips. You know, then you got another minor resistance, and then you got another, this zone over here. So this is why buys are very, very difficult on gold. I'd still like sells if we start rejecting around here to retest the low. Hey, good morning. Are you already trading on your broker, or are you still waiting? I'm waiting till, well, I guess we're waiting till 1st February. But I'm still trading on the side. I have a few amount in Trader's Domain, so I'm using that. Took a long on gold, but exited because one bearish engulfing plus shooting star. Gold now went bullish. So, okay. All right, perfect. Pound yen is retracing. We wanted to create some sort of support, and then we can continue moving bullish. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is Euro CAD. If candle price created new resistance on lower time frame, okay. Clean traffic. If candle closed below, so it's going to be taken for continuation down. Yes, this looks good. If price breaks the low, we can continue moving down. I think buys are going to be better above this area, I believe, right? Because that's also a resistance there. Because if price comes above this area, then you have all this clean range for price to come into. You know, so I think this is going to be a better trade idea right over here. You know, but down over here is sort of like a consolidation, kind of like a tight range. So you have to wait for price to come above there. It's something like this happening on pound yen here as well. You know, if you look at pound yen, the same thing is over here too. If you look at 30-minute time frame, we'll have to wait for price to break above 142 to continue up. Ooh, wrong chart by Stefanos. Come on, man. Come on. I've been following on YouTube for a while, starting today on the market fluidity course. Any tips? I would say go through the unlearn and relearn section. That's going to bring you up to speed with basic price action. Yeah, that's going to be the best thing. Also, in the end, it's going to walk you through to make a trading plan. And that's going to be a key, you know, making a trading plan. That's going to be like your blueprint towards your trading success. So trading plan, unlearn and relearn section, take you right back to the basics, and I think it's going to be amazing. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is wrong chart. Stefanos is sending wrong charts. Come on, man. You're sending this link over here. You can't send this link. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is entered when 15-minute candle closed under support. I think this was a bad entry because if you look on the 15-minute time frame right over here, it didn't really break a low, right? Even though the candle closed below support, you had a minor resistance right over here, right? So if we broke below the support, there was a zone right over here. So it wasn't a good trade at all. If you were to take that trade, you could have at least waited for this candle to break the previous low for price to continue down. So I think that was the problem right there. Yeah, there was a zone right over here. All right, let's take a look. Okay, man, people are sending wrong charts. You guys got to understand this one thing, right? If you copy this link over here, and if you send this link, I can't open this link unless I'm not logged into your account. So if you give me a password to your account, if you give me your login and password, I log into your account, then I can open this link. But obviously no one's going to give me the login and passwords, right? So then I can't open this link. What you got to do is you got to go to camera and then get this link over here. Yeah, get this link over here. Unless I can have you login and passwords, you know, but that's another story. Good morning. Does the reason of different pips value in what? Does the reason of difference pips value is the different price of each pairs? Oh yes. Yes, it's basically the currency exchange. That's what it is, right? Like if you look at the pip value on pound yen, pip value on pound yen is going to be more than the pip value on, let's say, AUD New Zealand, you know, or USD CAD. So it's just a difference in the exchange rate of the currencies. All right, so this was a buy over here. Once the 30-minute candle broke above the high over here, stops kept below. Nice, secured 80% at 10 pips. Beautiful. Yeah, that was a good trade over there, first thing in the morning. What I'm waiting for some sort of a resistance to get broken or support to be formed so we can continue moving bullish. So we'll see what happens. How can I make a trading plan? There are some videos on YouTube which I made, and you can take a look at those. They're basically like rough videos on how to make a trading plan, so that's going to help you out a lot. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This was another buy opportunity on the pound yen. Price broke the high, continued up. Very nice. Beautiful trade. Ooh, what's this? All right, analysis. Buys above 142, small range 12 pips. Goat shit, sells below 141.60. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. So if I measure this range, I still think this is a pretty good range, right? If we get a sell below 141.800, I still think we have a solid range for price to fall in this area. So I wouldn't discount this area for sells at all. I mean, if you do start breaking below 141.800, I'm going to be very confident in saying that, okay, if we had a move up, probably if we can correct this move down, we can have a selling opportunity. So I'm probably going to be looking at that as well for sells. But this range is pretty tight. I'm going to agree with that. It's like a 10-12 pip range. Is basically very difficult to kind of like trade that. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a gold 5-minute chart. Dropping to 5-minute to wait for a new 5-minute to form resistance for price to continue down. On the 5-minute, I would want to see at least a 15-minute candle close on gold to take sells. But if you look on the 5-minute, I mean, that's all there. But I would mainly want to see a 15-minute to close bearish, or I want to see a 30-minute to break this low for price to continue down and have the opportunity to kind of like break below 1848. For GJ, the support level wouldn't be like 141.730. 730 as opposed to 800. 730? No, it's not going to be 730. It's going to be all the way down over here, because, like, you know, as price continues down, and if we break below, let's say we break below 730, then these wicks, they don't become rejections. These wicks, they become destinations for price to fill. You know, so that's how we look at wicks over there. Let's take a look at this chart here sent by Vivek. Vivek has sent a chart. Buys above 142, looks good. This is a no trade range. All right, you have a bigger no trade range, and then probably sells below 141.640. This is a better idea based on it's a little bit on the conservative side, but it's still pretty good, right? Because you're looking for sells below this area and this bigger range. So that's still pretty good. We can still entertain that. Ooh, pound yen sells. Very nice during the London session. What do you see that is going to melt? I'm confused because it's long by every single bank point of view. The only reason, I don't think it's going to melt, but that's what I would want to see. Right? It doesn't matter, like, you know, if prices are going to go up or prices are going to go down. It matters is what you want to see in a trade, right? So if I look at gold, right? If I look at gold, I can identify if gold starts rejecting this area, I can basically, like, you know, position myself for a selling position, right? Because I think selling is going to be much easier because we have a clean move going up, and if you start rejecting this area, we can have the same clean move going down. So for me, taking a sell in gold in that aspect is going to be much easier. But if gold starts to go bullish, then, you know, I see some problems here. I mean, you got some problems over here, like unless we don't break above, you know, 1857, we won't have a clean move on gold up, you know. So even though if gold starts to go up, I wouldn't be too comfortable in taking buys unless we break above 1857. So it all depends on what your comfort level is, right? Sometimes you can come to the charts and you can identify that, okay, like, you know what, I like sells better or I like buys better. So it just depends on that. So we can see prices coming up over here. We want to buy above 142 for price to continue moving bullish. Could you simply trade Asian breakouts? Could that be profitable in the long run? Yes, it could be. But also you got to understand that in the Asian session, there's not enough volume sometimes, So breakouts, they may happen maybe twice a week, 3 times a week, rare, So are you willing to wait through that time? Because most times it's just going to range, right? And if it does move, it's probably going to be like maybe twice a week, maybe 3 times a week. So there's going to be a like a longer waiting time over there. Do you enter exit on bid ask price? Just look at the chart price and not care about the spread difference. I just look at the chart price. I don't necessarily take into account the bid and the ask price at all. I think that will put me into a circle of overthinking, and yeah, that's a whole new level of overthinking there, bid and ask price. So I don't really take that into account. I look at what price is doing on TradingView, and then I just execute on my MetaTrader. What computer do you use? It's a $1,000 computer I bought maybe 2-3 years ago. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. Executed sells, price came down, nice, very nice trade. Let's take a look. I'm looking for analysis here. Okay, buys above 141,920 would need volume to push through. I agree with that. 141,920. Okay, sells below 141,650. Sells below 141,650. This area there. Yeah, we're trying to push up over here. The only thing I don't like is this. This is a small range. This is why I don't like this. I mean, if this was a bigger range, I'd be executing a buy right over here as price is breaking the high over here. But then again, we're moving into like a smaller range. It's like a 9-pip range, it's not enough. We want a bigger range. And the bigger range is above 142. You look at this range, it's like a 16, 17-pip range. Pretty nice range there. Do you think if we reach 142 right now, we would expect a retracement after such a 40-pip bull run? Yes, we would expect a retracement. But at this point, we're just waiting to see if we're going to kind of like break above or break down or what's going to happen. Also, this 1-hour candle is also about to close in about 4 minutes. Let's take a look what happened overnight. Overnight, Italian PM confirms cabinet is resigning. Oh, okay. Oh, we had some yen news overnight too. We have yen news. UK vaccines, too early for us to speculate about the summer. What's this all about? Oh, wow. So they're saying summer is going to be also in lockdowns. Perfect. Yeah, they're unsure about the summer. Too early for us to speculate about summer. In Ontario, what they did is they extended the lockdowns for 2 more weeks. The lockdown was supposed to be 2 more weeks. After 2 weeks, it's going to be for another month. Man, we're all going to be here together, every one of us. Every one of us. Every morning we're going to be here. Yeah, we're still in lockdown. I mean, what can we do? Still lockdowns. Alright, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a gold chart, 15-minute. Need bearish candle and next candle to break the low for price to continue down. See, the only thing I'm going to be cautious about over here is going to be on gold. If I look at the 15-minute time frame, now we had a rejection right over here before, right? Right over here we had a rejection. So this is something I'm going to be keeping in mind. We had a rejection over here. So even if this candle closes bearish and you take a sell after we break the low, keep in mind if we start rejecting this area, there's going to be rejection then, right? So you want price to break below this area to continue down. If we close above 141,920, I'm confident that the next candle can drive up through this zone because the 4-hour is strong bullish. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. Yes, 4-hour strong bullish, right? But the only thing is, this is not enough range, right? This is not enough range right here. This is like a 9 pip range. This is not a good range to trade. For me, a better range to trade is going to be right over here. This blue is the winning range. Red is like the 9 pip range. I mean, what are you going to do with the 9 pip range, right? I mean, you got a 9 pip range, your spread is like 1.2, 1.3 pips, so your range is cut down to 7.8 pips. What are you going to do with 7.8 pips? Nothing. So you got to have a bigger range. We got quarantine hotels coming in the UK. Oh yeah, same in Canada. Buys once next candle breaks the high. Question mark, question mark. Yeah, you know what? I like that idea as well. You know, if we start breaking the high, then we can continue up. But then again, this is on for gold. It's like a 27 pip range. But I guess easier buys are going to be above 1857 because then you have these clean candles here to the left hand side. Whenever I'm looking at a chart, I'm looking left, and when I look left, and if I see clean candles to the left hand side, I'm like, all right, perfect. All we got to do is wait for price to come up in this area, take a trade because we have clean candles, more confluences, higher probability for the trade to work out, and that's it. We just wait for that. So we can see right over here, we're rejecting 141,920 on pound yen, kind of like ranging at this point. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a GBP CAD chart, 25 pip range, a free. Yeah, this is amazing. See, if this candle closes bearish and next one breaks the low, man, we're coming down on GBP CAD. So this is a really good analysis here. Let's take a look at the Chinese indicator to see if that analysis also makes sense on the Chinese indicator here. Do you believe in things like institutional candles? Those, I don't know what those candles are. Institutional candles. So, oh wow, look at that. Pound is strong, yen is weak. This means we should be moving bullish, right? Pound is strong, yen is weak, CAD is strong, USD is weak. All right, we're going to keep this in the back of our mind. Perfect. This means if pound is strong, and if we start breaking above, let's say 141,930, can we start moving bullish? That's something I'm going to be looking at right now. Pound is strong, yen is weak. But then again, this is like a 9 pip range. 8 pip range, 8.2. Yeah, I'd wait for 142. We'll wait for 142 to break and then we're going to continue moving bullish. Let's take a look at this chart here. This is Euro JPY. Buys above resistance, sells below support. Looks good, looks good. This is also no trade range. Buys above 142. Yeah, that's something I'm looking for as well. Buys above 142. Let's take a look at gold over here. Gold candle closed bearish. Let's take a look on the 30-minute time frame. 30-minute candle. Now, this is interesting, right? So the 15-minute candle closed bearish, giving us opportunities that, okay, now there's a probability for price to continue down in this 38 pip range. And if you look at the 30-minute time frame, we can see how this 30-minute candle, it closed below this minor resistance right over here, right? We had a minor resistance here. This candle went above this area, but closed below this area. So I think a pretty good idea for sells, it could be once this 15 minutes starts breaking the low over here for price to continue down. Right now, it's going to be pretty tricky because, you know, we need that a little bit of extra confirmation. Your JPY is also ranging here. Man, things are ranging here today. Can you please look at the daily candle for pound yen or pound USD? Will you enter gold yourself? No, I'm not going to enter gold myself. I'm going to wait for pound yen to play out. Let's take a look at pound USD here for a little bit. We got a special request coming in. So we're going to remove all analysis. We're going to look at the daily time frame. Daily is pushing bullish here a little bit. Previous one was doji. Ooh, pound yen is also about to break up over here above 141.930. Let's see here. We break above 141.930, we come into this 8 pip range, and then we gotta wait for 142 to break for price to continue bullish.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Alright, looking on the 4 hour on pound USD, what we have here is we're creating a resistance at this point. I think pound USD and pound yen, they almost have the same structure, because take a look at this. We got a resistance over here, and if we break above this resistance, our range is like, oh, 20 pip range over here. Yeah, it's a better range. Yeah, I think we got a better range over here above, you know, this area over here, 1.36767, 22 pip range for price to continue bullish. Can you please explain the confirmation of the last session? I don't know what that means. Can you please explain the confirmation of the last session? I have no idea what that means. Confirmation of the last session? Like yesterday's session? Do you only trade GJ and sometimes gold? Yes, sometimes gold. So we're breaking above over here. Now we should continue moving up towards 142. And I'm going to be waiting for 142 to break so we can continue moving bullish. Oh, the bounce from London session. Yeah, it went down to, it continued moving bearish, and then I guess it came down to the support over here, which is where it bounced from. Yeah, it came down to support, candle closed bullish, broke the high, we continued to move up and corrected the move. Nice, we're coming up to 142 just like as predicted. So if we come up towards 142, we got to break above 142 for price to continue up, and that's where I'm going to be executing a trade for price to continue bullish. And if you look at gold, you see here gold didn't really break the low for price to continue down, right? So didn't really happen at that point. Do you think break and close above 142? Yeah, break and close above 142 is going to be much better on the 15-minute time frame. So that's something I'm waiting for at this point. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Ooh, buys on GBP CHF, buys on a retest for price to continue bullish. Looks like GU is also going to move in this 20 pip range over here now for price to continue moving up. We broke above the high, so it should be continuing bullish here. See, GU has a much better range than pound yen. Pound yen is just, you know, at like 142 area over here. So we'll need price to break above 142 and then continue bullish. When you first open the charts, can't you use the previous confirmation trend as an immediate entry point? Do you always have to wait for the next confirmations? Yes. Me, I have to wait for the next confirmations. It's really, really important. So normally what I like to do is, whenever it comes to the charts, I remove all analysis, I remove all zones, everything, and I do like a fresh markup. Because fresh markup, you know, brings you like fresh ideas. Are you worried it has been bullish for quite a while when it hits 142? No, I'm not worried at all. I mean, if you get a break above 142, there's a probability it's going to go up, and there's a probability it's going to stop me out. You know, so you just got to accept the probabilities. Let's take a look at this idea here. This is a Euro JPY. Would impulse entry work if we break above the area over here? Yes, I believe so. All right, we're coming up towards 142. You know, looking back, should have just entered as we broke the high, anticipating price to break above 142. But we'll wait.
Yo, Roger.
Hey.
I was wondering that, like, because I was just I already traded this morning, so I'm not trading, but I was anticipating, like, if all the enters right here, anticipating price to go up, that's why I was wondering why you didn't enter or execute a trade at this point, at this consolidation area. Because at this point, you would already have stops at break even, knowing it's risky, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So why not, execute?
It wasn't
There.
enough range over here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it wasn't enough range.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I want price to break above 142, so I have like 16, 17 pip range for price
All
to
right.
trade in. Yeah. Can you please take a look at my analysis and how can I join the Zoom chat? I've been following you for almost a year. Oh, nice, man. Thank you. Zoom chat is a special. Let's take a look over here. Looking for sell if it breaks the low of the candle. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, if you can look at the 15-minute time frame to see if you're getting a confirmation earlier before breaking the low, I think you can get that as well. Man, that 142 is a strong level. Price came up and boom, got rejected. Crazy rejection over there. Can you please help? Oh, can you help me, please? GBP USD, I sell it. Can you analyze it? I don't see a sell over here on GBP USD because look on the 15-minute time frame, candle is bullish. 30-minute time frame, candle is bullish. 1 hour time frame, candle is bullish. 4 hour time frame, candle, I mean, I don't know, man. There's no sells on GBP USD. All candles are bullish. Why take sells? If you want to take sells, just wait. Don't click that mouse button. When candles are moving up, there's a probability price is going to continue moving bullish, right? If the candles are moving down, there's a probability it's going to start moving down. You can't take a sell when candles are moving up. And vice versa, you can't take a buy when candles are moving down. Before you started trading impulse entries, were you already a profitable trader with your previous trading style? Yes. My previous trading style, it's still my trading style is, I used to wait for the candles to close, right? And sometimes, when we're waiting for the candles to close, sometimes what's going to happen is that price just continues moving without giving you confirmations. So I think at that point, I had to look at the fact that, okay, since I'm waiting for the candles to close, and sometimes price just continues moving, how can I position myself to take that trade or to not miss that trade? So that's where we started to look at impulse entries, started to look at, okay, if one candle moves up, was there a way we could have entered the trade? And that's where the concept of impulse entries came in. Because whenever I look at a chart, whenever I miss a trade, I always look at that and say that, okay, how could I have executed a trade over here? All the time I'm thinking like that. Whenever there's a price move, I'm always thinking why? How could I have been a part of that? How did I miss it? How can I take it the next time it happens? I don't just close charts and just go about my day. No, man. I'm always going to look at the charts and see that how could I have executed or profited from this move? Because if I don't do that, because these things are going to happen over and over again, to be honest, right? Some guys have been here for like 2 years, 6 months. All these things that happen over and over again. And you got to be good at spotting these situations here. Yeah, gold is coming back up over here. It's going to be better buys above 1857 for gold to continue moving bullish. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is, oh nice, took an entry as we broke above the high on the 15-minute time frame. Oh, very nice. Jace got his first trade of the day. Pound yen has rejected that area, and if we start closing below 141, 915, 920, man, we'll be looking for some sort of selling opportunities for price to continue down. On GJ, if the 30-minute candle closes bearish, would you consider selling? Yeah, that's what I was looking at, right? If the 30-minute candle closes bearish, and if we break the low over here, can we take a sell in the anticipation for price to continue down? Ignoring this zone over here, that's what I'm thinking. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a gold chart, buys above 1857. Yeah, it looks good. Kind of like the same idea I have. This is pretty good. What do you guys think about those ASIC decisions about reducing leverage to regulated brokers to 130? It's industry changing. For me personally, 130 is pretty hard. Yeah, that's why, like, most people are moving towards, offshore brokerages. So, like, even if you look at like bigger brokerages who do fall into the ASIC regulations, like IC markets, Black Bull markets, Vantage FX, they all have like small offices offshore which are not regulated by the ASIC. So like everyone's moving offshore because of those regulations. And to be honest, these regulations happen when there are certain brokers, they're not honest with people. And this is why, like, the governing bodies come in and they say, hey, like, you know what? If you're not going to be honest with people, if you're going to fuck people over, then then we're going to regulate you, because people lose a lot of money. And one reason people lose a lot of money is because they use higher leverage, and higher leverage means higher risks. And when you can't manage risk, you lose money. And when you lose money, you complain, and it just takes a bunch of people to complain, and then the regulations come in. Would you have been a good entry? Let's take a look over here. This would have had enter when the candle broke the low for price to come down. Yes, would have been good. But the only thing that confused me is that this red should be up and green should be down. I think it's upside down, but yeah, it should have been a pretty good entry for price to continue bearish. I'm thinking if the 15-minute candle closes bearish with such a big rejection from 142, it'll be a good impulse entry. Yeah, I would like this low to be broken here, 141,880, for price to continue down. And then we'll see what we can do. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a buy. Exited at 142 because it's a psychological level, learning to teach myself to hold when possible. Nice. Very nice. So I guess there's a bit of a waiting involved here. Hey Raja, which is better, taking X lots of trade at the time or X percentage? I think it depends on your comfort level. The way how I started was I started with percentages, like 1 to 2%, maybe like 3 to 4% a day. That's how I started. And then I slowly moved on to the lot sizes, because I think like moving up lot sizes is kind of like a mental barrier. As I stayed on 1 lot for quite some time and then moved to 1.5 and 2 lots for quite some time, and then I graduated to 5 lots. So you graduate on lot sizes once you feel comfortable at certain scenarios, right? So certain situations happen in the market where you know that they play out more often than not. And then once you've taken that same trades over and over again, your confidence grows over time. And when you have like a growth in confidence, then you're going to be slowly start to take more trade. Let's see here. Can you use your instructions to trade binary options with these instructions? You can give it a shot, but I'm not sure how well they're going to work. Would you say the retest has a high probability versus impulse entries? It depends. It depends on how the 4 hour is. It depends how the daily candle is, what session we're moving. So there are a lot of moving parts, when it comes to like retest or impulse entries. Let's take a look over here. This is a gold 30-minute chart. Buys above this area or buys above this area. Yeah, I think this is pretty good over here. 1857. Buys above 1857 because you got a clean candle here to the left-hand side over there. I gotta change these lights over here. Yeah, I gotta change these lights. Change them to nice and green.
Hey, good morning, bro.
Hey, good morning, Vincent. How you doing,
How are you?
man?
Good, how are you?
Good, good.
Nice lights, eh?
Yeah, haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I've been around.
You've been in your house all this time.
Nah, I've been around.
Um, let's see here. Buys about 142, 200. Daily will be breaking its own high and will possibly go up for a wick fill for previous daily candle. Let's entertain that idea over here. So the previous daily candle is a big rejection coming back in the range. Looking on the 4 hour, 4 hour is also coming back up over here. Looking at the 1 hour, I think buys above 142 are much better rather than 142, 200 because above 142, 200, you don't have enough range. It's like a 9-10 pip range over there. So I think it's going to be better above 142, even if you look on the 30-minute time frame. Why don't you sit down? Because I like standing up. It's a little bit of an exercise. Sitting down, I don't know, man. I don't like sitting down. When I sit down, I feel like I'm gaining calories and I'm getting body fat, and no, I don't want to. That's why I like standing. All right, what's this? SMM Vision from YouTube. Would you have taken this trade on GJ? Let's take a look here. This is a buy on 15-minute time frame. Would you have taken this trade if it happens? Yes. Actually, hold on. Oh yeah, I would have executed on it, but it would have been a lower risk though because of a little bit of a consolidation here to the left hand side. So I'm still waiting for 142 to break so we can continue bullish. I read somewhere working while standing up actually makes you feel better and more productive. There are some benefits to it. Yes, I think so. Again, it keeps me active. Is the candlestick pattern the same in scalping? Yes. Candlestick patterns, candle patterns, they happen all the time. Like on the 30-minute time frame, 1 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame, daily, weekly, monthly. Like they basically play out on all time frames. Let's take a look on the daily over here, right? Daily is kind of like messy over here, so we're going to take a look at the weekly. So you look on the weekly, they happen everywhere. Look at this. Price came up, made a high. Weekly candle created a support, and next weekly candle continued to move up. So if you look at this current weekly candle, and if you draw a zone right over here saying that, okay, let's say if this was our resistance and weekly candle closed above this area, if you look at this current weekly candle, what's the highest probability that where the price is going to go? We can just look at this and say, well, there's a high probability it can continue moving up to fill this wick. That's basically what it's going to be. And if you look on the daily time frame, this daily candle needs to move bullish for the next ones to continue up and so on and so forth. All right, we're coming back above 142 over here. Are we going to break above 142 and continue up? We got 9 minutes left. The whole problem here is that if we take a buy, an impulse entry above 142, stop is going to be around, I'd say like 11, 12 pips, and then we have this 13, 14 pip range. All right, let's take a look at this chart. This is Euro AUD. Sells below this area for price to continue down? Yes, makes sense. Makes sense. Hey, thanks for the time and all you do. I would appreciate it if you can teach a little on impulse entries. Thanks. See, you're spamming the chat there, Mr. Ken, and I don't think what's going on. I think your cat is on the keyboard or what's going on, but yeah. Please don't spam. looks like pound USD is going to continue up in this range over here. Really don't want to miss out on pound yen. 7 minutes left for this candle to close. Look at the 1 hour time frame. We're moving bullish. See, this is the thing. If I enter over here, I risk all this area over here. Had a winning trade yesterday. So do I want to risk it on this situation? Or do I want to wait for this 15-minute candle to close? Because even if I take this trade, we can still manage the risk if it continues back and closes back in the range. We got 7 minutes left. I guess we'll wait. We'll wait for this candle to close. We got about 7 minutes left.
This is Audible. Recorded Books presents.
Or if the candle breaks its own high again, I think that's going to be a point where I'm going to be entering.
Nice Guy, a proven guide for
Perfect.
what you want in love, life, and sex. By Dr. Robert A. Glover. Narrated by
Awesome.
Robert O'Keefe.
We broke its own high, and
This book is
there you go. I'm in this
copyrighted
trade over here.
2000 and 2003 by Robert Glover.
Because now, even if price comes back and closes back in the range, we can manage risk at that point. I mean, I can manage risk at that point. You got around like a 12 pip stop, like a 13, 14 pip gain over here potentially. So, I mean, even if you close back in the range, we can close 50% in a very minor loss. But if it continues moving bullish, just as planned, man, I think we can have a pretty good trade for price to continue moving. So got it at 142.025.
Now, no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Looks good.
Yeah. Pound USD is also moving up. All right, let's take a look at this Euro USD chart.
Have created a breed of men who have been conditioned.
Euro USD. Buy if 1 hour candle close above. Okay, looks good. You have a clean range over here. Price can continue moving up in this range. I agree with that. And then you have a bigger range above this area for price to move up. Man, I have an audiobook here. That audiobook keeps playing.
You listen to it all the time or what?
Yeah, I listen to it. It's called No More Mr. Nice Guy.
No.
Yeah, it's a pretty good book.
Nice.
Would you say keeping tabs on the 5 minute for risk management in this situation be a good idea? No, not at all. I think as long as we stay above 142, we're going to continue moving up towards at least 142, 150. So it's going to be pretty good. Like right now, price is up in this range, and this should be a higher probability for price to continue moving up. So look over here. I mean, even if we come up towards 142, 130, it's like 10 pips, going to secure positions and going to leave the rest running. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is still moving up over here in this range. GU, oh wow, look at that. GU is moving right in this range over here. Hey, what's your latency? I'm having a delay here on the YouTube. My latency, yeah, so there's a delay. There's like a 10-15 second delay for the YouTube chat. That's something you don't get in the Zoom chat here. Can you please explain why you did not wait for the candle to close? I didn't wait for the candle to close because I've seen this happen a lot of times. I've seen this happen a lot of times where candle comes in the range and continues pushing, and I've actually missed trades in the past like this. So this is why I was willing to take the risk over here for price to continue moving bullish. So that's why I took the risk, because I've seen this happen a lot of times. You initially said you would wait for the candle to close but ended up going in. Was this changed because the candle broke the previous wicks? Yes, it broke the previous wicks and it came into 142, and that's where I That's where I entered the position. So if you look on the smaller time frames, it is what it is. Looking at the 15-minute time frame, we're about to close in 2 minutes. And if this 15-minute candle closes, we're not expecting the next 15-minute candle to come back in the range. We're expecting it to stay above 142 so we can continue up in this range. Yesterday, his mate, Monty, blew about 50 to 100 people's account in his chat. You know, when people blow an account, it's nothing to do with someone who gave a signal or someone who entered a trade. It's all to do with how your brain works. If you have a weak brain and you're going to over risk, or if you need money, or if you're in debt, you're always going to blow your account because you want to over risk and you want to over trade. That's what's going to happen. So you can't say someone blew your account when you were the one who clicked buy and sell, when you were the one who entered the higher risk. So it's all on you. When you blow your account, it's all on you. Look in the mirror and tell yourself that you're a dumbass because you entered a higher risk and you blew your account. That's what you got to do. Go look in the mirror right now and tell yourself that you're a dumbass.
Exactly.
I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
totally
so dumb.
right. Totally right.
Just the mindset. Man.
I mean, you take a trade, you go higher risk, you blow your account, and you're like, oh, this guy blew in my account. No, man. It's because you decided to be a dumbass and just over risk and you blew your account.
I know someone in the group has to be good at like Photoshop. Can they do the Bart Simpson writing on the chalkboard? What you just said?
Yeah, that would be good.
That'll be the, and then like if they turn around, you just put Roger's face on it. That'll be the best shirt ever.
Wait, what's going to say on the chalkboard?
Whatever you just said. Don't be a dumbass. I will not be, but
I won't be a dumbass. Yeah.
I wouldn't blow my account. I wouldn't be a dumbass.
Yeah, there you go, right there.
Yeah, I'll try to get that on today.
All right, 30 minutes closing. Looks good.
You have to make a bracelet saying that. Like, y'all won't be a dumbass.
All right, so it's good. We're closing about 142. Perfect. Next candle shouldn't go below 142 and we should continue moving bullish. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Took a look at gold. Nice, nice. And GBPUSD is also bullish at this point. Can we still get in on the retracement, or is the profit too short? I think at this time the profit is going to be too short unless price starts retracing and you can get in on that. But at this time I think the profit is going to be too short and the stop loss is going to be too high. Please inspect this algo money machine on IG, please. Algo money machine. Whenever you see or hear a name like money machine, man, run the other way because it's not a money machine. If it was a money machine, like everyone would have it. And so these magical things don't exist. Money machine or hands-free money making. No, man. Go ask your mom and dad. Hey, I'm gonna make money hands-free. They're probably gonna tell you no, there's no such thing like that.
They're gonna slap you.
It's only for girls, you know. Only girls do that.
Can we trail our stop loss now to cost? No, I'm waiting over here. I'm still waiting because the reason I'm waiting here to move my stop loss is because we broke the high. I want price to continue moving up unless we make a wick down to continue up first. So we're gonna be waiting. The only thing I can handle at this point is if price comes back below 142, I can manage my risk at that point. Like, and then I'm going to close like 50% and then we'll leave the rest running. But so far, I'm not moving my stops. I'm not moving anything. I'm leaving everything open at this point. When you take M% on 30-minute, you said we should wait for the last half hour of the 15-minute to enter the break of high. Is that because in 15-minute time frame forms a support and the next 15-minute candle goes bullish? Yes. So at this time, I mean, we entered at the last one once we were breaking a high, anticipating price is going to stay above 142. So that's the whole idea over here. What's your spread on GJ? My spread on GJ is 1.3 pips. So it ranges from like 0.9 to 1.3, 1.4. FTMO is slow picking order entries. There is a considerable slippage. Yeah, there's a slippage on FTMO because your orders don't go in the market with FTMO. They stay on the FTMO's server there, whatever servers they're using. And when those orders go in that server, then they copy those orders into the market, which is why you have a delay. Sometimes, it happens like that. Also something to do with your latency too. So you got to ask them what's going on. How to secure profit in MetaTrader 4 if I close a trade? I have to enter again. I don't get it. Can you explain, but not with bananas? I mean, you just gotta secure profits. It's pretty easy. Like you right-click your position, you go to modify, and then you secure profits. You can Google that too. Let's go over here. How to close partial profits on MT4. Look at that. Right here. Double click on the order, close, and then you can change your volume there, and you can go through these videos too. There's a video over here as well. Is it good to have 1.8 pip spread with 0 commission? Yes, that's still okay. I've never seen him showing my FX book or anything since few months. I don't know why people are blindly following him. Because there's no reason. I haven't traded openly at all in December and January. I'm waiting for my platform to launch. I also have all my results on Instagram as well. And I mean, trust me, man, like yesterday when I saw something for my FX book, there's certain things you can really change on my FX book. It's not always legit, my FX books. You got to be careful. And after all, we do all these analysis over here. I mean, doesn't it make sense when we win trades, when trades go in profits? Isn't that enough? So let's see how this plays out. Still gonna get around, 142, 150, 142, 140. So see what happens. Right now, I'm up about like 6.5 pips. So it's a waiting game at this point. We just gotta wait for the 15-minute candle to close. Hey, sir, in GJ, we should always look for impulse entry at New York session? No. No. It depends. It depends on zones. It depends on where the 4-hour candles are and the 1-hour candles are and 30-minute candles are. So it depends on a lot of factors. I'm about to execute this trade. Tell me what you think. Yeah, if you send a chart, and then we can probably tell you what we think. All right, can we get 142, 130? 3 more pips. See, at this point, if price comes down to my entry point, I'm going to be closing 50% of my position if it comes back to my entry point. Please, how can I get in the live stream? I started viewing today. This is the live stream.
Oh God.
Oh God. God help me. Help me, God. Or you can watch yesterday's live stream and just imagine that's the live stream. I don't know, man. I just don't know what's going on these days. This is why the gulag is the gulag.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah, that was actually funny.
think quarantine is taking its toll on people, man. It's getting worse.
That's 2021.
All right. Let's take a look at this chart here. EuroCAD. Oh, nice. Nicely done. Oh, Harry, why didn't you enter right over here? But nice, man. You got this trade coming down. Beautiful. Other position at 10 pips with runner at break even. Amazing. Amazing, amazing trade here. All right. Let's see here. Hey, I'm about to execute on this trade. Tell me what you think. All right, let's take a look at this trade over here. This is, closes under the key level to confirm downtrend. Euro GBP. There's a lot of ranging over here to the left hand side. There's lots of ranging over here, so you have to be very careful about this range here to the left hand side. I don't like that range, so you got to be a little bit careful. Hey, please pin the trade you call in the chat. I have hearing impairment. I really only know enter the chart. Yeah, it's right over here. We've pinned the trade. Yeah, I should continue towards at least 130, 142, 130. Be able to secure positions at that point, 10 pips, and leave the rest running.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get that.
Kerwin's arrived. We'll definitely get the move.
Yeah. All right.
Candles looks beautiful, man.
We're coming up over here, boys. 119. Can we get 130? Can we get 130?
Now my question is, the daily candle grabbed already enough liquidity to break that resistance near to the 142 250s?
I'm not sure.
I mean, this move is kind of amazing. If you can hold this trade until New York Open, it's gonna be awesome, to be honest.
Ooh, GU also filled the range up over here, just as we predicted here in 30-minute time frame. This scenario was new for me, so I entered with half risk. When I see a big move up without pullback like today, it makes me nervous. Yeah, it used to make me nervous too, but the more times you see it, and more times you kind of like, look back and ask yourself how you could have executed on it, more confident you're going to get in executing on the trade when it continues to happen over and over and over again. Because normally I wouldn't take this trade. If this was me 4 months ago, I would have never taken this trade. But I've seen this happen multiple times, so this is why I decided to execute on it. I secured around 9 pips up over there, moved my stops closer to the entry point at 141.980. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is still in this vicinity over here, trying to see if it's going to continue up or what it's going to do at that point. New 15-minute candle is about to start in 3 minutes. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. 5 minutes also moving bullish here slowly. You can't withdraw on a demo account. Do you have a bread and butter time frame you like to trade on? Yeah, it's a 30-minute time frame. 30-minute, 15-minute time frame. It's a beautiful thing when the 1 hour, 30 minute, and 15 minute lines up perfectly. Oh man, that's a beautiful thing at that point. Are you trading for years now? Yes. Probably 4 years. Uh, 2 weeks on the chat. I see such a difference in my live and simulated trading. Thank you so much. Oh, nice, man. Beautiful. If you're seeing a change in your trading by being on the live stream, give a like on the stream. If you've seen a change in the live stream. If you've seen a change in your discipline, in the way you take entries, the way you wait for the trades, the way you're managing risk, I think the live stream deserves one like over there by everybody. Let's take a look on the daily. Daily is moving up bullish now. Strong bullish. Look at the 4 hour time frame. We're moving up in this wick area over here on the 4 hour. Looking on the 1 hour is still closing above 142. 30 minute candle is also closing above 142. I've secured 9 pips as price was in this 142 100 area. And the rest I'm leaving it open.
Thank you very much, Roger Bay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've got 20 pips off that one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I entered it because I had a 4 hour level when you've got that support, when that 15 minute closed bullish, the previous one, before that one, and I thought I entered it because it closed above. Yeah, that's where I had my stop. And then I entered it there.
Nice. Yeah, that was a beautiful move. Alright, let's take a look over here. This is 30 minute chart, closed back above support. You entered. Run until reach resistance. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Yeah, if it continues up to 142, 190 there for you, that's going to be amazing. Gold is still ranging here. Pound USD completed the whole move. I think Pound USD was a much better move here. It's like an 18-19 pip range here. Can we take a long on GU if it breaks above 1.377? Yes, that would make sense. Because if you break above this area, then it'll make sense because you have all this range to the left hand side. It's like a 24 pip range for price to continue up. Let's take a look at this chart. This is a gold chart. So the problem with taking buys over here on gold is this. You have a resistance right over here. This is the only problem with taking buys on gold. So you would want price to come above this area and then take a buy going up, because then you have this clean candle here to the left hand side. Alright, so the new 15-minute candle has started, and we're making higher highs and higher lows, and this 15-minute candle should respect the low of the previous 15-minute candle and continue moving bullish. If it breaks the low of the previous 15-minute candle, then I'm going to be closing like 50% at that time. Mind you, also I've secured 9 pips at this time as well. So just managing the trade right now. Let's take a look at this chart here. This is expecting to form a support to go bullish. 142.317 as NY open is going to happen. Yeah, that's true. That can also happen too. If price comes down, creates a support, and then continues to move back up. We could see that happening as well. If you didn't enter on this trade at the time you did, would you enter on this 15-minute close? No, I wouldn't enter on this 15-minute close because the stop is like 4 or 5 pips. It's below the 15-minute candle when the 30-minute candle is still open, and the 1 hour candle is about to close. So it's going to be better for you to wait for the 1 hour candle to close and the 30-minute candle to close, because at this point, then it's not enough range. It's like 9 pip range at this time. So you'll have to wait. Are you using standard account or ECN? ECN. I'm using a ECN account. I pay commissions. Wow, GU is also pushing bullish here. I realize you have no indicators on your chart. I think I will knock them off my chart too and start price action. 3 months now in learning, gaining a lot from you guys. From Kenya. Oh, nice, man. Very nice. No indicators. It's just clean price action. That's it. Just candles, reading candles, seeing where to go, seeing what they reject. You know, it's like it's a beautiful thing when you're focusing on price action. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Would you consider this as a resistance on the 4-hour time frame? Yes, I will consider that as resistance, which is why we're being cautious over here at this point. You know, because there's a probability price can reject this area here as well, just like the 4-hour candle rejected here, right? So if you look to the left hand side, you see this wick over here. If this 4-hour candle stays above 142, then there's a higher probability for price to continue up to fill this wick. And that's going to be the ultimate target for price to continue moving bullish. And I think if you're going to stay above 142, New York Open can continue driving price bullish. And New York Open is going to happen in about 11 minutes. So we'll see if in 11 minutes we're going to continue driving up, or are we going to come down to create some sort of a support at 142 to continue bullish later on.
I still believe you're gonna get that push on GBP JPY, Raja.
Yeah. This was price created a support, when price broke support, entered an impulse entry. Yeah, I don't know where you entered. Did you enter over here? Did you enter over here? Over here? Over here? Over here? I have no idea where you entered. So you gotta maybe point that with an arrow where you entered. Just so you can see right over here, right? You can see I entered right over here. So with that chart, I have no idea where you entered. So maybe send that chart in Slack with arrows pointed clearly so that we can understand. When I'm practicing on MetaTrader 4, my spreads say 53. Is this what it's like on live account also? Man, if your spreads say 53, that means you have a 5 pip spread. That's a huge spread. That's a humongous spread, man. 5 pip spread. You can't do... Man, it's really difficult, 5 pip spread. You got to change your brokers if you have a 5 pip spread. Oh wow, look at that. GU is still pushing over here. Looks like the Chinese indicator was correct. We looked at the Chinese indicator. It told us that pound is strong. Yeah, it showed us pound is strong, yen is weak. So, you know, and then we kind of like eyeballed our entry, took the entry, and now we're moving bullish. Already secured 9 pips at this point. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that's awesome, man. Secure positions and leave the rest running at this point. Here's the thing. If you secure positions, you cannot end this day in a loss. You can't. It's impossible. Gold is starting to range over here. 5 pip spread is average for the US. Check forex.com. Spreads on TradingView when you select currency. Oh wow. So that's normal, having a 5 pip spread? No, for guys in the US.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you think about Pacific Broker? Capital hungry guy uses it? I don't know. Ask him. I don't use it. I think it'll be a good broker if he uses it. Please, how do I get the Chinese indicator? Please, what's the Chinese indicator? Please, what's the link for? This is a joke, okay? Chinese indicator, this is just a joke. It's nothing real. I mean, it's just something we made up. But I guess if it tickles your fancy, here you go. Gonna send the link there. When you journal, which do you think is more effective? Recording chart breakdown or taking screenshots? Both are good. What I like to do is, so when you guys see me post, like, you know, New York session recaps, that's me journaling the session. You know, that's me. I make videos, and I make a video about, like, you know, okay, where could I have entered, what I did wrong, what could I have done right. You know, so that's how I do it. Like, I make videos and then I go off of that. What's your advice for a 17-year-old trader so he can start trading? Just focus on 1 or 2 trades a day. $30-minute candle's also about to close. Man, we've been in this trade for a while. Again, already secured 9 pips. And this is just running at this point. Once this 30-minute candle closes, I'm going to be putting my stops at break even. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put my stops at break even right now. Because once this 30-minute candle closes, we're expecting the next 30-minute candle to respect this low and to continue moving bullish. If it breaks this low, then there's some chances it can go down.
Exactly. Yeah. Basically, I'm expecting 142.05 to hold support. We can get a rejection from there. Don't get me wrong. We can easily get another liquidity grab on 5 minutes from there to drive the price further, like toward 142.200 at least. So just be aware that you can get a pullback toward 142.05. If we get a pullback and reject it, that's gonna be the extra confirmation for this trade that this trade is gonna pay. So far, there's nothing that can tell me that GG is gonna drop. Everything looks good. The only way I've been looking for, you know, drops on GJ is if GJ start trading below 142 flat. Then yeah, because it's rejecting one more time that 4-hour area, the 4-hour resistance. Other than that, we still have 1 more hour for this 4-hour candle to break above from that area.
Hello, I have a $70,000 account. What do you think a good lot size would be to use? Depends on how much you want to risk at that time, right? Like if you want to risk, let's say 2%, then you got to calculate the lot size on that. You know, 2%, 1% risk, 1% risk on 70,000 is going to be $700. You might want to use a 7 lot. You know, 2% is going to be $1,400. So you might want to use like a 14 lot. So it depends on what risk you want to take, or it depends on how much money you want to put at risk at any given trade. You know, like $500, $200, $300. So you got to calculate risk based on that. I'm 23 years old and I have 50,000 saved up. Oh, amazing. Man, if you're 23 and you got 50,000 saved, that's amazing. You're in the top 1% right now at that age. Putting 18K in my trading account, do you think it's good as I'm young? Yeah, I think it's good. I think better than 18,000 is going to be putting 10,000. Don't put the 18,000 in. Put 10,000 and just go off of that and see what happens. Gold is still in this range over here. Can we take sells once the candle breaks the low of the current candle? Probably not. I think sells are going to be below 142 if you're really looking for sells. Below 142 or even below 141,920. Yeah, or I think below 142. Yeah, it's going to be better. But there's no sells at this point because the candles are closing bullish. Wasn't the GG trade with a very bad risk reward? I mean, it wasn't even 1-to-1, or did I get that wrong? No, right now the risk reward on GJ is positive. It's an extremely positive risk reward. You guys have to understand this, right? A risk reward is subjective. it's completely subjective. Because if I move my stop loss down over here, then my risk reward is going to be 1-to-1. But if I move my stop to break even, now my risk reward is positive. So you can start with a negative risk reward if you know you can manage risk. And once you move your stops to break even, now you moved from a negative risk reward to a positive risk reward. You know, so we have to let go of these basic, very, I would say, like a linear idea of risk rewards that, oh, like, you know, it has to be positive, it has to be 1-to-2, 1-to-3. You know, risk reward can be whatever you want it to be. It's all subjective. Like, you know, like most times people get stuck with this idea of having a 1-to-2 risk reward, a strict 1-to-2 risk reward, or a strict 1-to-3 risk reward. And they basically just, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I think that's torture. That's a mental torture. You know, because if someone's gonna have like their take profits above this area and they'll be like stuck in that idea, I mean, it's just gonna get really hard at that point. And if you look over here, now we're kind of like rejecting that area. If it comes down, stops me out, that's all good. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Is this why we are struggling? Probably we're struggling because, you know, it's closer to the hour close. You know, so whenever a candle is forming, especially if it's the 1 hour candle closing, sometimes it's going to leave a wick. So that's what's happening at this point. The 1 hour candle is just making a wick for the next candles to continue bullish. Look at GU here as well. GU is also rejecting, but also closing too, because the 1 hour candle is coming down to a close.
Hey, good morning, Raja.
Hey, good morning.
So I just got a quick question. So if you were to look back, would you have entered on the break of the previous 30-minute candle?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that basically would have been the better trade, because if you look on the left, yes, there is rejections, but on the higher time frame, it's a clean candle to go through.
Yes, yes, I would have. Now when I look back at it.
Okay, beautiful. Thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I would have entered that, and then I would have anticipated price to continue moving up.
Yes, exactly, because I was looking at the 15 also at the beginning, and then I was like, okay, there's a lot of wicks, a lot of rejections, but then when you go on the higher time frames, it becomes clearer, and then you're like, okay, yeah, if we break above, then it should be fine to keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
No, you look cute.
Would a counter trend trade here be risky? If a candle closes below previous 15-minute low, I've seen pullbacks happen enough, but want opinions from the rest of the community. Yeah, I think if we come below 142, that's going to be a better idea to take that counter trend trade. If we come below 142, but if we stay above 142, then, you know, it's basically no sells at that point. All right, this is the NY Open. Let's take a look over here. 1 hour candle closed above 142. 30-minute candle closed above 142. Bullish.
Beautiful. Pay attention. Beautiful.
Nice. Pay attention.
All right. See?
15-minute candle also closed. You know, the way it is. Whatever, it's fine.
Money, money. That's the money maker. Exactly what I wanted to enter.
We just need to break the high over here with this 30-minute candle.
Yeah, I will.
Man, been in this trade for a while now. It's been like 30 minutes.
Patience, brother.
Yeah. I've just been waiting for the candles to close, you know. 15 minutes and then 30 minutes. I mean, still in the trade, haven't really got stopped out.
Hey, Uncle K.
Yeah, man.
So I just want to ask you a question. I saw that you were drawn before that you would enter if price comes back to 142.05. So is that basically what you just did? So you waited for the wick to drop and then buy?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Because basically I'm playing the support on the lower time frame. But this is something that I will not recommend anybody to take, you know, basically unless you know what you're doing, you can do that. Other than that, no, man. Because what happened is I had the the previous key level is the flat number 142, right?
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and explain a little bit more. So this is basically your support on the lower time frames prior to your opening. So at that point, your strong support is 142. So if you take anything from here, your stop loss should be no more than 5 pips below the 142. This point 141.95. And from there, you're expecting that this current candle, it can give you a pullback prior to your open to continue going up, because there's only a few times that you're gonna get a nice bullish run without any pullbacks during New York Open. But other than that, you're gonna get these pullbacks to previous areas on lower time frames. So yeah, so far you're expecting, you know, if you get an entry around 142.05, you're expecting that this 142.05 is gonna hold support.
How are you?
Sorry about that.
Okay, it makes sense. Yeah, I just wanted to understand why would you enter there, just to have the knowledge and understand the concept.
Yeah. Also, you have all the confirmation from the bigger time frames. 4 hours looking so good. 1 hour, 2, 30 minutes. You know, you name it, you're gonna find a really nice bullish run on GBP JPY.
Yeah,
and
it makes
you
sense.
know, let's say one 15-minute candle pulling back, that's not gonna change the trend.
No,
you
for sure.
have to be aware that you're approaching a strong area on the 4 hour resistance. So that's pretty much it, man.
Okay, makes sense. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Like for example, where Raja has the stop loss right now, his entry is secure, right? He already secured 50%, so he's not basically risking anything. It's just the trade has to run the way he wanted, and if this runner start going his way, it's gonna pay really good, because at that point the 4 hours is gonna drive price toward 142, above 142.200. That's the job for this 4 hour candle. Now, if you have price coming back down and rejecting that area, the area that we have right now, and then it's gonna start closing below 142 flat, then there's a strong chance that you're gonna retest the lower area on the hourly candle.
Okay, makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, no problem, bro.
Ooh, look at that. We're breaking the low over there. Yeah, if we're breaking the low over here, got stopped out. So realistically, it should respect 142 within this range and then continue moving up towards 142, you know, 170, 180 later on.
Yeah.
Wix don't lie. What education do you provide? Question mark. You took a trade with very little explanation. That's not educational. Well, Mr. Bill Burns, I guess you can leave the stream then. There's no point for you to be here. Damn, man. I never know when you call trades. Your tone is always stable, no excitement. So I haven't taken any trades today, and I almost. Oh. Yeah, I mean, when I enter trades, I don't have to be excited about it. You just enter the trade. You know?
Just another day.
We never heard you screaming, Raja, when you take the trade.
Yeah, next time I'll start screaming. We're taking a trade right now. Buy right now. Right now, everyone buy.
Let's go.
Man, the gulag is different vibes today, man. It's crazy today. All right, let's take a look at this GU chart. Waiting for the top of this wick to break to enter buys to continue up. Yeah, that's good because right now in GU we're basically rejecting this area. So waiting for price to break above these highs is going to be much better because you have a clean range here to the left hand side for price to play into. Man, if this 15-minute candle closes bullish with that rejection, I'll be so mad. Came down to stop me out once again to continue moving bullish.
Yeah.
Damn.
It
kind of always do the same thing, man. Come back to a key level and then reject it and continue his run.
Yeah. All right, so that's a potential target here for today, 142. As long as you stay above 142. Let's take a look on the 5-minute here. So we're basically creating this minor consolidation over here. Yeah, I don't like that consolidation at all. Also, like, you know, the fact that we've moved up so high from support, so this is our previous support, right? We've moved up so high from support, so as we continue to move up from support, the probability for price to do retracements, it becomes higher and higher, you know, which is why I guess once you broke above 142, we're seeing sort of like this premature retest at this point. I mean, it's not matured yet because the mature retest is going to be if we get a bearish candle closing and the next one closes bullish for price to continue up. That's going to be a mature retest. But I guess, I mean, this pullback makes sense because we've already moved up from support so much. How can I create a chart on TradingView to send it to you? So you go to camera and you copy this link and then you send that link in the Zoom chat. Do you think it'll be a better confirmation for a sell if the current 30-minute candle on GJ closed bearish? I think if a candle can close bearish below 142, that's going to be a better idea for a sell. Also, oh no, actually, you know what? I take that back. A better idea for a sell would be if price creates a support, right? So, all right, so what's happening over here now is that we're creating this resistance because now we gotta manage our zones, right? And the best way to manage our zones is to look what's currently happening right now. Currently, what's happening right now is that we're creating a resistance at this point. I know there was now a resistance right over here, and this is going to be sort of like a complicated subject now, that now the resistance has changed to this area right over here. And this is the range now we have right now. This is 16, 15 pip range now. You know, so I think a better idea for a sell is going to be if price creates a support. And if we break that support, then we can take a sell. But right now, man, look at that. Just rejecting that area in this range.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna retest that 142,930.
Yeah.
141,930.
Gold is also ranging over here. This is where now looking for a trade, finding a trade becomes really, really, really difficult. Let's take a look on the 4-hour. 4 hour is also rejecting that area. Looking at the 1-hour time frame, we're also creating that rejection. Yeah, man, perfect. We've created a resistance up over there. It's in a way to say that we've created a high for price to come down. If we create a support, we can maybe continue up to retest that high.
Yeah, coach, I'm in some sells right now.
Nice.
Based off the 15 minutes, so I got in at 142.5. Once on the 5-minute time frame, we started breaking below the support. What I was expecting to see this some type of like a retracement. So I saw double wick on the 1 hour and the 30-minute. We created a double top wick, and now I'm just waiting on the pullback. I'm up like 9 pips already right now, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Bit early and aggressive, but I've seen it happen now quite a bit, so.
Yeah, that's good. So right now your experience is basically taking the charge here in trades.
Exactly.
All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. Pound yen, 30-minute. Next stop, we rejected the daily area over there, and now it looks like we're continuing down. Oh wow, look at that thing, man. Continued moving down over here. Straight rejection.
Hey Raja, this is Jeffrey.
Hey
How's it
Jeffrey,
going?
good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I know that you talked about it before, and I'm waiting since this morning for a sell. Do you think it's a good moment as the 15 minutes close in 2 minutes? If it closing like this with a stop around 142.12, should be a good move down, or
You know, if I would want to look for a sell, I would want to wait for price to create a support, and then if we can break that support, then I would like to take that sell based on the 15-minute time frame or a 30-minute time frame, wherever we create that support.
okay.
Yeah, that's where I would want to take that sell. Because the problem with taking sell at this point is that you have a support right over here, you know, 141.920. So even if you break the low, it's like 3-4 pips away. So that's the entire issue right now with taking a sell.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So you wouldn't buy if you made a support? Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy if you made a support. But I mean, if price makes a support, and if price breaks that support, then it's gonna continue down. That's what I mean. You've taken counter trend sells like this before, though even in tighter ranges. Yes, I have. I've taken counter trend trades when price creates support and then it breaks that support. Like, my trading style has gone from aggressive to extremely conservative. I'm like really conservative now. Is there some volatility left in the market to trade? Oh yeah, man, there's a lot of volume. We're moving in a volume session right now. We have a support down over here. You have NYSE open, the New York Stock Exchange open in about an hour, 15 minutes. You have London close soon. Like, you know, so there's still a lot of volume here in the market. Hope I don't break anything by bringing this table down. Okay, so far so good. Nothing's breaking. Alright, perfect. Man, it's like backing up a big truck. Alright, what do you think about Euro AUD? Okay, let's take a look here. Let's do a little breakdown on Euro AUD. Euro AUD daily time frame. Daily is coming down. Fill the wick over there. Let's take a look on the 4-hour. 4-hour broke below the support. The support is around 57,150 right over here. Looking at the 1-hour time frame, we're closing below support. And let's take a look where can we continue dropping to. I think this is our next area where price can continue dropping if it stays below support. And that's almost like a 38, 39 pip range. Let's take a look on the 30-minute time frame. Nice. Let's take a look on the 15-minute time frame. Oh, beautiful. So we're creating a support on the 15-minute time frame over here. So now this is the thing on Euro AUD. If price goes up above, let's say, this area, then we could have some sort of a retracement coming in on this pair, looking at the 30-minute time frame as well, right? So if a candle closes back above 57,150, you could possibly get some sort of a retracement going up. But on the 15-minute time frame, if we start breaking below these lows, right? If we start breaking below these lows, then there's a probability for price to continue moving bearish. So at this point, price is just ranging here. So you gotta wait to see if we start breaking above or we start breaking below. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a Euro JPY chart. I'm thinking about taking a sell when price break and close below support. And next candle break low. What do you think? Yeah, I think it's good. If we start breaking below the support, you got these wicks to fill, and then you got this clean candle here for price to move into. This is the start of the new 15-minute candle on pound yen. See, if I was coming to the chart at this point, I wouldn't see any trade to take unless to wait for a 30-minute candle to close. Let's take a look at this chart here. This chart is coming from the Philippines. Bullish candle here to establish support. I agree with that. Buys here and expect to reach the wick above eventually to 142, 170. I agree with that. If you get a candle closing bullish, we're creating support, and then that could tell us that, okay, now we can continue moving bullish and continue on to our target at 142, 170. Oh, take it, Caesar. Have fun. Okay, let's take a look at this chart over here. This chart is sent by Ali FX from the Gulag. USD CAD, 15-minute time frame. I think it'll be a better opportunity. Let's zoom in here a little bit. I think it's going to be a better opportunity if we start breaking above the highs over here, or also if you look at the 30-minute time frame as well, if it's starting to break above the highs over here to continue up or not. That's going to be a better idea. Let's look at gold. Gold is still ranging over here, still creating this support on the 15-minute time frame. If we stay below this area, we can continue down on gold, but we're waiting at this point. Euro AD, we're also waiting over here. We got a request to look at GBP AUD. Let's take a look at this. So looking at the daily time frame, first of all, we're basically rejecting an area over there. Let's take a look on the 4-hour time frame. Oh wow, man, this thing is ranging over here. GBP AUD is in a range. Let's take a look on the 1-hour time frame. We're basically at a support. We're coming down. I guess we broke below support as well. Let's take a look at that on the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, so this was our recent support. Let's take a look on the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, it's just ranging. I don't like the market structure on pound AUD at all. I don't like this market structure. The only clean thing I see is probably a break below, like 770.20. Break below this area for price to continue down. That's the only thing I see. Unless we start breaking above, this area here, for price to maybe retrace a little bit. But there's going to be a little bit of a waiting involved over here on pound AUD. Oh wow, we're like 20 likes away towards 1,000 likes today. Man, you guys have been generous today.
Oh, I gotta go like it. 1 sec.
Oh, nice. We hit 1,000 likes. Beautiful. I don't know what that means, but perfect.
What do you mean, bro?
I have no...
If it's because they really liked it or because you tell them?
I think they really like it, but so, sometimes they forget to like it.
Oh,
like I'm in 4 groups here for Forex, and so when I send the Zoom link, I have to send it to 4 groups. So sometimes I forget to send it to the last 2 groups. Yeah, I guess that's how some people forget to like the stream, just like I do.
See, 1.4.
1.4, man.
1,500. Very nice.
Alright, I'm gonna dislike it.
All right, Max, time to go. Hey Raja, if price created support on GJ, we expecting that price will continue up. Wouldn't you have to be cautious with the previous resistance created? Yeah, that's something I'm looking into over here, because this is a resistance created at New York Open, right? And if this is a New York Open resistance, this is a strong resistance right over here. Also, like another thing I'm looking at is that if we're creating a support on the 15-minute time frame, if we break this support, so now these are ideas running through my head right now, right? And I'm just going to try to like catch these thoughts and try to explain this. So if we're creating a support over here, and if we break the support, the problem I'm looking at is that are we going to continue down to correct this move up, or are we going to react to the support to the left hand side? That's the issue I'm having at this point. But if I look on the 4-hour time frame, and if we start, let's say, breaking below this area, then it'll make sense for the 4-hour to close below this resistance here and to really continue down, leaving a big wick. But again, we just gotta wait. So we just gotta wait. Can't really take a buy because, you know, this, if it creates a support, this is not enough range. You know, it's like 11 pip range. We have someone walking around without a shirt there. LMV_P.
Wildin'.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
What groups? Oh, they're just beginner groups. There's some other beginner groups I was a part of like long time ago. Hey Mac, are you streaming Asian tonight?
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Always.
So if people in the gulag, if you guys want to tune into the Asian session, this is the place where the Asian session is going to be streamed tonight by Mac. We're going to bring Mac up here in the webcam right here. So you guys can see Mac right now.
Hi, bye.
This is the channel, Mac Attack. You go to Mac Attack. And this is where it is streamed. Kerwin shows up there sometimes. Jeevan also shows up there from Capital Hungry. Sometimes I show up there. On YouTube, yeah.
Bro,
I come into
to
YouTube.
be honest,
On
you
YouTube,
should
yeah.
jump in, man, just for fun. I mean, we really had a good time.
Yeah, it's just basically just talk a lot of shit and discuss what possibilities we have for pre-London or London Open and what happened on New York. And that's it.
Yeah, it's good because the Asian session, the way you should look at Asian session is if there's volume, then obviously you're going to trade it. But if there's no volume, then you can start planning on what you can expect for pre-London to go and where you expect London session to go. And like to be honest, Asian session is an amazing session from the fact that it's a start of a daily candle. Right,
Yeah.
so it gives you an opportunity to see where the previous daily candle closed, and then you can kind of like, I would say like guesstimate where the next daily candle could go.
Exactly. Plus, you could go ahead and review what happened during this session right now. And sometimes if there is a move during Nation, like last week on Monday, had GBP JPY broke out. How we could have caught that if we were trading Nation, but other than that, no trades are taken. We just discuss and talk and plan to not get banged. And that's what Monty says. Get planned or get banged with a British accent. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, Kerwin shows up, a lot of people show up, and we discuss a lot of charts and ideas. It's from 7 p.m. Eastern Time to 9:30 or 9 p.m. And then,
Wow, gold is still ranging over here. This is a very bad range on gold. See this range over here? This is a no trade range. This is going to be a much better range on gold right over here. This is a nice range on gold here, above 1857. Hey Raja, is USD CAD a good pair to trade during New York session? Yes, I remember you saying that USD CAD was your first pair. Why you changed that? I don't know. I think we just evolved. We basically had a herd mentality. One person started trading USD CAD, so we all started trading USD CAD. And then one person started trading pound yen. We all moved on to pound yen. So it's like a herd mentality, you know, that we moved. It's like how we focus on pound yen over here most of the time, and some people in the YouTube chat, you started trading pound yen as well. So I think that's what happened. Oh wow, look at that. Gold is breaking up over here, Kerwin.
Yeah.
Above 1857.
Yeah. What would be really nice today?
Hey Raj, I have a question.
Hey, yes sir.
Hey, if the body of the candle on the 30-minute and the 1 hour closes above 142, would you just want to wait for the candle to flip to buy it?
I want a candle to close bullish to buy it.
Okay, thanks, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, the whole problem is the 15-minute candle is closing bullish, and it's not enough strong confirmation to tell us it's a buy. Plus, also we rejected 142.080 at New York Open, and if we rejected that area at New York Open, that means it's a very, very strong area now. Because we're creating resistance on the 30-minute time frame, we're creating resistance on the 1 hour time frame there. You know, so it's a very difficult position to be in. So you'd want price to kind of like break above this area for price to continue moving bullish. That's what I would want to see at that point.
Yeah. The problem is the big rejection that we got from 140 to 100, basically. Other than that, man, the structure on the 5 minutes, I will say, is not enough confirmation. It's weak confirmation, but the structure on the 5 minutes kind of makes sense that we're going to retest that high. But yeah, it's at this point, it's dangerous.
Dangerous.
We start breaking about 142.03 somewhere there, and any candle start closing above that area, yeah. And at that point, you're expecting to respect support, which is 141.960.
Alright, candle's about to close over here. Candle is about to close. Gold is also pushing up. See, what I'm thinking is if we start breaking below the lows, I'm not going to take this trade. I'm just kind of like, you know, just thinking in my head right now that if we break below this low, are we going to continue moving bearish to correct this move up?
I mean, we had a really nice bishop on London since London Open, and on the 4 hour there's a very strong support at 141.600. So
already took one trade here today. Had just one trade here today. Got about 8 pips. Cause got stopped. Yeah.
Took it around here.
Took it around here. Yeah, exactly. No, took it somewhere over here.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, right over here. Got around 8 pips. Had a nice winning trade yesterday at 13 pips. 8 pips here today. Up about like 20 pips here for the week. You know, two sessions, 2 wins. And what I'm thinking now is from a paper trade perspective. And paper trade perspective means that I'm not taking the trade. I'm just taking the trade in my mind. And that trade is going to be just for my own learning purposes. Like if we start breaking below 141.960, can we continue down to correct this move up? Stop is going to be obviously above the 15-minute candle right over here. But as we continue moving down, stop is going to be coming down above this 15-minute candle here. So this is just a paper trade I'm taking in my mind, you know. No one has to execute on this trade at all. This is just in my mind. My thoughts are coming into a voice. Gold is also breaking above 1857. Hi, Sir Raja. Can you look at my chart, please? Love from Sweden. Well, if you send it, we're going to take a look at it.
Wow, Mr. Raja, looks like we're gonna get a nice break on gold.
Yeah, see that here. See this clean range to trade here on gold.
Yeah.
Break above the highs and straight up.
Yeah. Also, 1 hour is looking good, man.
All right, let's take a look over here. A bearish candle broke the low of the previous candle, so you took a sell. Yeah, nice. I guess it played out, right? Broke below the low, came down, took profits. That was a beautiful trade. Nice labeling too. Zone work is also good. Got support over here. It's cool. UJ closed below 103,700. Sell opportunity, right? Diego, if you send a chart, that's going to help us a lot. That's going to help us way too much. More than you can imagine if you send a chart. Because I'll have to open the chart. I'll have to, mark up the chart and then see what's going to happen. So if you send a chart, that's going to help us. That's going to help everybody. Oh wow, 14.
Well, thank you, Raja, Uncle K, and the other guys. I'm off for now.
Alright, brother, take care, man.
Take care, take care.
Awesome, man.
Thanks.
Bye.
Hey, Roger.
Hey.
So your counter trend idea, and on the basics of the fundamentals, like the unemployment rate, I think wasn't as bad as they thought it was, and the changing claimants wasn't as bad as well, you know. So, but the thing is that going forward, I still think we need more juice or more things to try push it up 142. You know, structurally it's looking bullish, but you know, is that fundamental data enough for us to go have a push up? And I'm still not convinced, you know. And still we haven't got any really good news. And you know, the unemployment rate, these are just like forward projections, but the economy still hasn't opened up, and it stays like this for longer. I think the next month's numbers or the next 3 months' numbers are going to be even worse, you know.
Yeah, it's too early to say. Like, you know, fundamentally we can only make, you know, assumptions, and we can only have certain speculations on what we think is going to happen. But it's just way too early. I mean, we have no idea. You got Brexit at the same time, you know, you never know when they're going to talk about Brexit. You got the vaccine. You never know when they're going to say, okay, like, you know what, we got vaccines rolling out, and when the lockdowns and unemployment. I mean, it's extremely scary, and I think it's very confusing too at this time for myself to kind of like confidently say where, like, you know, things are going to move based on fundamentals.
So sorry to cut you off. I think we're breaking the high of the 15, so be a good signal to take entries on GJ if you still push up past 142 flat.
Well, we got a resistance here at 142.
Yeah. No, I'm saying if we push past 142 flat. And gold took off already.
Yes. Yeah, this was a beautiful range for gold to play into. So see, as we mark this out, this was a bad range, and this was a good range over here. Clean candles here to the left hand side. Ooh, GU is also coming into this vicinity of good range. See this clean candles to the left hand side? This is a clean range for GU to continue bullish. That means the dollar is getting weaker. Looks like USD/JPY is also starting to continue bearish here. Just got to break this low to continue down. You can see how the dollar is getting weak, and that's pushing gold up. That's pushing GU up here a little bit. GJ not so much because, like, you know, this dollar has nothing to do with GJ. There's only pound moving GU over here, and there's a chance that this may be sort of like a range now below 142.80 and 141.960. Would you wait for close on GU or impulse? Well, Mr. AliFX, you can execute a trade on impulse if you think that's going to be a good idea. And if you get stopped out, that's going to be a learning opportunity. And if this trade continues winning, then you're going to turn around and say, okay, you know what? Impulse entries work. But also, you don't have to execute. You can also, like, you know, sit back and kind of say that, okay, like, you know what? I'm going to take this as a paper trade. And if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, but the overwhelming confluence is that it should be continuing bullish. That's the overwhelming confluence at this point. First time using your strategy, took a trade on gold and I'm up $100. Thanks, from South Africa. Oh, nice, man. You made $100. Now don't lose those $100. Hold on tight. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is USD/JPY. Price is coming down. Nice. You have a zone right over here. Makes sense for price to continue down to this level. Not sure where the entries are, but it looks good from zone work.
Try sec.
Hey Raja, once the 30-minute candle closes bullish, it's created support. Would you look for the next 30-minute candle to break the higher high to continue bullish? Yes. I still think we're still bullish. We're not bearish at all on pound yen. Even if this 30-minute candle closes bullish here, and if we break above 142, you know, let's say like 100, I still think later on in the session we can still continue bullish, and I think it's going to be a good target around 142.300. 142.300, because we're about to move into a really high volume session. Because if you look what happened previously over here, we had huge volume in London session, we ranged a little bit, pre-New York moved up here a little bit as well. So if New York Open is ranging, I think by NYSE with the next 4 hour we can continue moving bullish, and that's something we can look for.
Yep.
Oh wow, GU is still running over here in this clean range. Should continue moving bullish in this 22 pip range. USD/JPY is also dropping here. Wow. Crazy nice drop here in UJ. Well, not nice. It's what, like 4 pips? Nah. It's 4 pips.
That's what I was saying.
Look at GK hourly candles about to.
Yeah, it's about to pop. I love it.
Damn it.
I got a pretty good entry, not gonna lie.
Nice.
Why didn't you call it, man?
No, I don't call anything.
No. You're the host. You're the host of the New York sessions.
With you in here, I get pretty nervous.
Nah, man.
I got in at 142.05.
No, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You gotta call it. You're the host of the Asian session, man. Come on.
We don't take trades on Asian for that. Now I'm hoping we break that previous 30-minute high.
Oh, that's why you've been moving your arm to release anxiety.
No, it's because
this guy's been moving his arm.
And my back is
instead of biting your nails, you've been moving your arm.
That's a new strategy.
I don't bite my nail. That's nasty.
That's a new strategy.
Come on, let's go.
When the drawdown gets bigger, the bites get stronger.
and the movements get heavier.
Yeah.
That's a good analysis. All right.
take a look at this chart over here. Oh, impulse entry. No, man. That's a bad entry over there. Should have. Yeah, I should have waited for the candle to close below the support. Yeah, this is not an impulse entry. No, you should have waited for break of this support right over here and then taken the trade. Break and close. You needed the candle to close like this. Also, you had a support down over here, and this wasn't enough range.
Man, that would have been amazing, guys. 0 drawdown.
Oof, come on, baby.
Yes.
Let's go. Yes. Nice.
Yeah, I guess if you break above the high on the 1 hour, we have a better indication for price to moving bullish.
Yeah. There are some leftovers toward 142.200 and
Yeah.
142.300.
That's where I'm taking my partials at 140 to 180 to be exact.
No.
Hey guys, how can I join your Zoom meetings? I know someone asked this before, but please advise. Well, if you can join it, you can join it.
Only for the Illuminati.
It's only for the Illuminati's here. GU went straight in that range as well. Continued moving bullish. Is the support resistance on different time frames give different bias? Yes. I mean, higher time frames are more reliable? Yes. CADFX says that lower time frames are not trustworthy. It's not about being trustworthy. It's about the probability of the strong confirmations, right? On the 15-minute time frame, the confirmations are weaker. The 30-minute time frames are stronger confirmations. You know, 1 hour time frame are stronger than 30-minute, 4 hour is stronger and stronger and stronger. So I think not trustworthy is a very strong word to use. I would say weak confirmations. Oh. Hello? All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Someone said margin called.
Load them up.
So you took an impulsive entry, Mac?
Yeah.
At the break of 142 or below that?
Right at 142.03 to be exact.
Okay, cool.
I was looking at the 15-minute at the break of the previous one. And right now I'm just hoping we break the previous 30-minute high on the bearish candle. So then I'll be securing or putting my entries at break even. So. But I think we got it. So
yeah. I think at this point all the lower time frames and higher time frames are aligned that we're gonna break that resistance, to be honest. At this point, the 1 hour candle did a massive retest to the previous 1 hour candle.
yeah, I was also looking at the 1 hour.
Yeah.
So. Usually I don't look at the 1 hour. I look straight from the 40 down to the 30, look for entries. But I looked at the 1 hour and I saw a liquidity grab, so I'm like, yeah.
Worst case scenario is gonna be you know, that this 4 hour candle is gonna try to break that area, and if it doesn't break that area with this 15-minute candle, then you're gonna create a small range, because the next 4 hour candle is gonna make a pullback towards support on the lower time frames, which means coming back down to 141.950, which is the fresh support that we just created. Other than that, the job for this 15-minute candle is gonna be breaking that previous high and closing above that area. I will say if we can reach 142.200 with this 15-minute candle, that's gonna be awesome. Because at that point, the 4 hour candle is closing bearish above all the previous nasty area on the higher time frames.
Exactly.
So that's something that we gotta pay attention.
I think it looks really bullish on the higher time frame structure.
Yeah.
But it's just a question where I thought it would go up to 140.
Oof, there you go.
150. Yeah,
Come on, baby. Just a little more, baby. Come on.
Okay, GG, come on. Let's do it.
There you go. Perfect. That's it. We off to the races.
We're done. 10 pips.
Very nice.
The only reason I took those aggressive sells was I saw like a triple wick in the 15 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you to like just be careful with the sells. Yeah.
Be aware that if we break from there, this is something that we're gonna pay attention to. So if this 4-hour candle close somewhere here, that means we're basically leaving that area. So at that point, you're gonna get probably a retest over this area before continuing up.
Exactly.
But the job for this 15-minute candle is gonna be breaking that resistance, going toward 142.200.
Right. I'll be taking my partials at 142.182 to be exact, because in the 30-minute we have. Let me see the zone here. Let's see if Rakeel has it. 140. Okay, so yeah, in the 30-minute, 142.180. So that's somewhere around here. Yeah, right. Oh.
Yeah. Just be careful with that resistance. I will say if you had an entry, really nice entry where you took the trade, I will say secure some, because you don't know if this 4-hour candle is gonna hold that resistance, and it's gonna retest the support one more time. So just be aware of that.
Right, exactly.
That you can get another pullback on the lower time frames. Other than that, everything looks good, man. This resistance should get broken. It's gonna get broken with this 15-minute candle.
Yeah, the only reason we're going to see this break up over here is going to be through volume coming into this session.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, GG. Come on.
Okay, I got my 10 pips.
Do it for Mack. Come on.
Thank you.
$142,300.
142.200 is a nice target though. For the people who's still holding this trade. From Mack got an entry around 142. So if you break from here, at least you're gonna get 10 pips more.
The only thing is, whoever's trying to enter at this point, I don't think this is going to be a good entry at this point over here. And the only reason why is because we rejected here, over here. So we don't know whether this candle is going to reject or not unless we come above this area.
Exactly. So just be mindful of that.
Above this area would be perfect time to go up. But if you stay below this rejection area, then price can just come back down and reject, because we don't know whether this candle is gonna reject like these candles here to the left, or it's gonna continue moving up.
Exactly.
So it's a delicate situation at this point.
Yeah.
Wow, GU had really good moves here today. Looks like the dollar was really weak.
Okay. You're gonna get the break, Mack. Good job.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
$142.125. Oh, yeah, we've broken above over here.
Beautiful.
Now the probability of it to continue is way higher. I'd say 142.300 is going to be a good target there.
Yeah, I already hit my 10 pips. Good. Sorry.
There's a minor resistance along the way, but I guess we can anticipate the volume to kind of like break through that resistance.
Yeah, because at this time the 4-hour candle is strong enough to get there though. So you only need a clean break from that resistance.
I think if we finally, if we finally get a close above the 142, 150 price line with the 4-hour close. If the 4-hour close is above 142, 150, I think it should start to move slowly. Slowly should start to break 142, 300 level. Either tomorrow or.
Also, one thing I want to point out is if you've already taken one trade and you profited that trade, do not execute on another trade. Because if you lose a trade, you lose your profit, it makes no sense at all to lose profits, right? You've taken one trade, you've profited in that trade, just call it a day, just treasure that win. And if this continues moving up, look at that in a way that, okay, like, you know what? This worked just as I had hoped for it to work, and that's it. There's no reason for anyone to be executing on a second trade to kind of like make more profits. Because you got to secure profits, right? Always secure profits. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Took a sell position when this candle was over here for price to continue down, close 50%. Yeah. Was it a bad entry? Yes, it was a bad entry because the 30-minute candle was still open at that time. If you look on the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, this is a 30-minute candle over here. And there was a support right over here. This is something we talked about when this was happening. That there's a support over here, so there's not enough range. How long until NYSE open? Usually I would say Google, but 37 minutes.
To be exact.
37 minutes till NY open.
Come on, baby. Let me get that run at down to 142, 200. I'll be happy.
Oh wow, GU really did move all the way up over here. UJ has also moved like 4 pips down here. Oh, sorry, 6 pips. I got about 7 minutes left until I'm going to call it a day over here today. Took one trade here, got around 8 pips. Oh, let's just change this before someone gets mad. Got around 8 pips. Ooh, someone in the gulag, Hamim Badik. Hamim Badik got 30 pips here today. Nice.
Somebody made $100 on gold. It's dope.
Man, people make a lot of money. You know, like, to be honest, like everyone who comes to the live stream, everyone has a winning trade during the live stream, and then they lose those profits by taking, you know, two more trades or 3 more trades. And I would really hope, because here's the thing, right? I'm launching my platform in about a week and a half, and whoever's going to be trading on that platform, I would really hope that everyone just takes just 1 or 2 trades. Whoever's going to join it, just take 1 or 2 trades, because if you guys stay profitable, here's the thing, right? Whenever you trade on a brokerage, and as long as you're profitable, that's how the brokerage runs. You know, that's how the brokerage makes money, when you're profitable. Because if you're not profitable on a brokerage, you're going to leave that brokerage and then you're going to go to another broker, you know, and you're going to leave with the same bad habits. So if you're profitable, you know, take 1 trade, 2 trades, winning trades, and the longer you stay on a broker, the more business they do, and that's better on for you as well, you know, because then you're a profitable trader at that time.
Bro, what you can do is as they come on, the MetaTrader 4 only works when the streams are on. Then it shuts down.
Business.
Oh, that's it. You know, they can only take winning trades, and it shuts off after 1 trade.
You know what we might do?
So he can buy me a house, right, Papa? Papa Raja.
Papa Raja.
You buy me a house.
1 house for you, and then 8 more houses for your 8 kids.
Exactly.
Little she sheds.
Yeah.
You get a shed. You get a shed.
Yeah, but we're going to try to see if something around trading plans can be implemented. You know, let's say someone's trading plan is like they will trade from, like, let's say 5 a.m. till 10 a.m. if we can implement a freeze on their MetaTrader outside of that time.
Is that legal?
No, it's not legal. Yeah, we can't do that.
You can.
But I don't know. Like if
I'm asking for a friend.
Oh yeah, if someone really wants, maybe we'd be able to do it. But
to be fair, if someone develops an app, just doing what you just said, that's a good business model there. Like, it's a good business idea. Block MetaTrader from certain times, and you could just adjust your trading plan to it.
yeah, I had 2 friends, and they used to trade a lot, like over trading this and that. And what they actually did was they actually gave each other their passwords, and whenever it was time done for them to trade, they would just change the password. And one of them would always get super mad. He'd be like, "Hey, bro, I see this opportunity. Just give me the password. I want to take this trade." And the guy would be like, "No, you're not taking that trade." And he got really pissed off, And then eventually they broke the deal because the guy was getting pissed off because he couldn't trade. And then he blew his account. But you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like, I mean, you follow rules, because here's the thing. Market is always going to give you an opportunity to take a trade all the time. It's on you which opportunities do you want to take. Are you going to take all the opportunities and risk some losing opportunities? Or are you just going to choose one winning opportunities and then take that home?
Yeah. Also, it's like the market, the next day the market resets. So you're going to get more opportunities rather than continuing to try to go at the market on the same day chasing trades. You're not going to get the same opportunities if the day is pretty much done. But the next day, it's like it resets, and then you get more opportunities and more potential moves. So,
yeah, because what used to happen to me was that I would always miss moves, and I would try to like chase those moves, right? And when I would chase those moves, I would always lose because, I'd take the trade at the very end, or I'd enter too late, enter too early. And later on, what I realized was that, oh, hey, wait a minute, like these things are happening over and over again. Like if you, okay, so let's say, for example, someone is looking for buys for price to go up, and they miss the trade, and trade goes up, and they start crying, oh man, I should have taken this trade, this happened, that happened, blah, 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 blah. But then after a couple of months, you're going to see the same opportunity happen, and then you're going to see it happen over and over again. And then slowly you're going to start to understand that, okay, even if I'm missing a trade, I'm still seeing these same opportunities happen over and over again. And as you mature into the market, you're going to start to accept that. So for me, if I miss a trade, I've accepted the fact, and it came from maturity, knowing that, okay, you know what, even if I miss a trade, this is still going to happen again, and that's okay. I'm just going to wait then for the next time.
Yeah, you need to let the market beat you up quite a few times, and then that's when it starts. That's when you start to understand that you have to like.
Oh man, market had me in a chokehold, like Habib had Conor McGregor in a chokehold. Every time, like there was a time I would come through the charts and I would take a trade, and the market would just put me in a chokehold every time. And I was like, man, what's going on over here? All right, so we got candles closing, 30-minute candle closing above resistance there. 1 hour candle bullish, 4 hour candle bullish, 15-minute. Yeah, I think if it goes up, it goes up. If it doesn't, it is what it is.
At this moment.
Yeah, at this moment. But in all reality, this 15-minute candle, it closed above all these other 15-minute candles. So this new 15-minute candle should stay above this area and then continue bullish. All right, everybody, I'm going to head off over here.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Oh, hold on. Let's stay for another 15 minutes over here.
Yeah, you're going to get that move.
Yeah, I really want to see, like, I'm not taking this trade, but I want to see if this is really going to respect this area and continue to go up or not. Gold is back in that range over there now.
Yeah. That thing on gold looks like a fake out.
Yeah, gold has been ping-ponging. Ping-pong. If that's a word.
Ping pong, ping pong.
Ping-ponging.
Moñaco.
All right. Took those buys at the break of high, expecting price to reach 170 if it goes there. Close 50%. Yeah. Ooh, wow, look at that.
There's signs of life on Chiche.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, let's look over here. Oh, nice. He managed risk over there. Took profits at 13 pips from a 50% position. No runners. Nice. Is it a good idea to let the trade pass because it's beginning of new hour candle? Because it happened to me a few times that candle wicked and then went to my TP. Yeah, I mean, it's a, you can take a paper trade, right? You can take a paper trade and build confidence off of that. You know, I mean, if you take a paper trade and it works, then you can write in your journal, hey, like, you know what, I took this trade and it worked. So, like, you're supposed to work next time as well. So that's why I'm just, like, you know, staying here for another 12 minutes here to see how this 15-minute candle forms. Do we still continue pushing bullish or?
And you just want to get paid overtime. Mac, will you stream more, please? Stream more. I'm gonna stream. When people ask these questions, like, will you stream more? Like, what do you mean by stream more?
Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
No, for what?
Man, this YouTube algorithm is pretty funny. No, I can't say those things over here.
Say it, my brother. We live in
You're gonna get shadow banned if you say
Yeah, I'm gonna get shadow banned.
Why is last on the list?
Yeah. Even though I'm done for the day, I always stay till the end of the stream. Raja and his friends have a lot of ideas and a lot to learn. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right. Your videos are very educational and joined your stream today. Oh, nice. Thank you. I have trouble knowing when to cut trades off. I find with the losses, they often hit my stop loss rather than cutting it loose. How do you deal with only losing 5 pips when you could hold? You just gotta accept it, right? You just gotta accept it, because I mean, if you take a trade, there are two things you really need to be good at. Whenever you're taking a trade, you need to be good at knowing where are you going to cut your trade short, right? I mean, let's say if someone has, so hypothetically speaking, right? So I hope no one takes this trade, but hypothetically speaking, let's say someone takes a buy over here, and let's say the stop loss is down over here at the zone and their take profit is all the way up over here, right? Hypothetically speaking, whenever you're taking a trade, you know, the first thing you know that your stop loss is down over here, which is where you're going to cut your trade. Secondly, I think what you need to be good at is cutting your losses. And what I mean by that is, let's say if this trade comes down and if it starts breaking the low, you should be good enough, or you should be mature enough to identify that, to say that, okay, you know what, if candle's going to move up, it has to create higher highs and higher lows, right? And if you look at the candles, this is how the candles form when they're making higher highs and higher lows. You have a candle like this, you have another candle like this, right? So you can see candles are making higher highs and higher lows. But whenever the trend is broken, let's say you have candles making higher highs, higher lows, and whenever a candle breaks the low of the previous candle, then you know that the uptrend is kind of like dying down because we're breaking the low. In the same way, if you have a candle that kind of like breaks the low like this, then you know, okay, like, you know what, there's a probability now that the next candles can continue breaking down. So at that point, you're managing a risk. So let's say if you have this candle right over here, if it retraces and it breaks the low over here, then you know there's a probability that price may continue to move down, and then you got to manage your risk at that point. Like close 50%, close 70%, 20%, 30%, whatever you want to close, right? So that's how you can really, really lower down your risk. So this was really important when it comes to risk management. And people in YouTube, if you guys don't know, we're having a virtual risk management class. You can see that here on the screen, and these are the topics we're going to cover in this risk management class on the 21st February. There's a link in the description. You can register to that if you want. I think it's going to be amazing. Oh, it looks like this hypothetical trade is playing out over here now.
It's not so hypothetical anymore.
Yeah, hypothetically. Just got to close bullish and the next one can continue on.
Yeah, it became very physical quick.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to head out, guys. Bye.
All right, take care.
Take care.
Try to lose the 10 pounds that I gained over the week. Little bronchitis.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Feeling better, right?
Yeah, I was using the nebulizer for my asthma.
Alright, so someone's got a question here. This resistance can be a worry, or is it old position irrelevant? See, now this resistance at 142.200, this is a valid resistance, and the only reason this should be neglected is anticipating volume in this session to push price through that resistance. That's what we're anticipating at this point, that for the volume to push price through this resistance. But if we start rejecting this resistance, then obviously, you know, then we're rejecting it and reacting it to it. But overall, I think if there's volume over here, we should continue pushing through 142.200 and continue on towards 142.300. Hi all, Eugene Chua. Is Euro USD a buy now? Well, I don't know. You got to send a chart. You have to send a chart, and we shall take a look at that. We got 5 minutes left over here for this 15-minute candle to close. I think if it closes bullish, the next one should continue moving up.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think so.
Is that virtual risk management seminar free or only for those who take your course? It's not free. It's the entry is $50. For $50, you can sign up there. Like, it's going to be virtual class. Like, it's going to be me performing in front of a whiteboard. Oh, it's still going to be around 10 pips, around 142.200. Nice, it's moving nice over here now. We got a lot of volume. That was really good analysis with this 15-minute candle closing bullish above these candles to the left-hand side.
Literally zero drag down.
Yeah.
Very nice 10 pips. It was pretty nice. Nice, very nice.
Amazing, Mike. Beautiful.
Thanks again, man. Thanks.
See, now we're at that level over there to the left-hand side. So this is where it's great ideas to, I mean, whoever's taking this trade in this trade, good idea to secure position with stops at break even. Because we don't know whether are we going to reject it or are we going to push through it. But we do know is that we're tapping into it. You know, so this is where you got to be a little cautious. Oh, 142, 198, 198. Are we going to tap 200? 193. Wow, man. Came super smooth over here. Kerwin's cat is also showing him love there.
Yeah, man, this cat. Hey, cat. He loves trading.
Oh, wow, man. Look at that. Nice. Hey, listen, whoever got that trade till 200, I'm happy for you guys. Here's a little clapping. Yeah, if you guys got that trade above right over here. We did good analysis here too. Hypothetical trade, you know.
Yeah.
We got 2 more minutes left. Gonna wait to see how this candle closes and then I'm gonna bounce. Oh, Lee, GU also went straight up. Man, GU had a lot of volume over here. Look at that. Went straight bullish.
Yeah, US dollar is getting weaker, and for some reason, GBP is gaining some sort of strength. And to be honest, at this point, GG makes sense to break all that structure to the left. The daily candle on GG looks scary, man.
Yeah, it's really bullish now.
Long way to the downside. It's scary.
Yeah, it's good because if it stays like this, we have a really, really high opportunity for price to continue to 300.
Yeah. I think we will get it. At least if we get this daily candle, let's say you don't take any trade today, right? But if you get a nice closing on the daily candle on GJ, like the way it is right now, that means that tomorrow you can easily continue looking for buys on GJ because you had that rejection to the 141,500, and it's closing above all those daily candles to the left.
Yeah, I agree with that. Our then super target is going to be around 142,700.
Yeah, the 700 is the first target, to be honest.
Even looking on the weekly too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, weekly looks good. Even better.
All right, everybody, I'm going to head off. Take care. I think it was a pretty nice educational stream here today.
Yeah, man.
All right, bro. Good day.
Take care. Have fun.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Raja.
Bye, Raja. Bye.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.